It seems like people who suffer with depression, they don't have the energy for the exercise. The concept of eating well is overwhelming. It seems to be a bit of a vicious cycle that folks get in.
Yes, it is, and I think that's why it's so important if you find yourself depressed. And you know, we should probably talk about some of the signs of that just
Absolutely.
for our viewers. If you're finding that you're not having the usual pleasure in activities, if you find that you're not sleeping as much or you're sleeping a lot more, if your weight has changed considerably and it was unintentional in the last few months, those are all signs of depression. If you're fatigued, just tired all the time, if you're thinking more and more about death, those are all signs of depression. And if you have those, make sure that you seek care from your physician. It's so important. Counseling can help. Medication can help. It can give you that extra little energy so you can make some of these changes in your life. If you feel like you're sliding toward depression, sometimes exercise will help, even though you don't feel like it. Just take that time in the sunshine. That may be enough to help you over the edge. There is help for depression. It's so important that we get it treated in a healthful way.
Absolutely.
I read something just yesterday that I thought was fantastic. They said just a 10-minute walk will often boost your mood for up to an hour. You know, and I think if we can take the time to go for a walk and feel better, then that will help us in turn make some more decisions, you know, for some positive directions, some things that we might consider that will be helpful. So I think just like instead of reaching for a cup of coffee or for a cigarette, a 10-minute walk can, you know, bring us the strength to make some more good decisions.
Maybe it also helps to redirect the energy and the thought patterns
Absolutely.
as well, which can be helpful.
Yeah.
It seems that there are folks out there who are really eating well. They are exercising. They're sleeping well. It seems like they're doing everything right, but they're still experiencing depression. What do we do for those folks?
Again, Cheryl, as I've said, it's important if you're struggling with depression, despite doing everything you know, seek medical care. There are many causes of depression, and depression is treatable. Medications can and do help, but it's important to seek qualified help, someone that understands depression and can help you with it. Psychiatrists are particularly good at adjusting medications and can be very helpful. Counseling with a certified counselor can be equally helpful. These other things that we've mentioned do help, and they're a wonderful help, and sometimes that's all you need. But if you're finding yourself struggling, please don't hesitate to get help.
So we've talked about nutrition and specifically tryptophan and sugar, those sorts of things. We've talked about physical activity and how it can be extremely useful. We've talked about sleep. Who knew that sleep was really involved with depression? Light and light therapy. And I think that's particularly important for environments in the northern hemisphere where we're getting less light. And what I heard you say was even in the dead of winter, even when it's cold outside, we should be getting outside.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay. And we've talked about our mental diet, thinking about the things that we think about, and making sure that we're putting into our brain things that are positive, things that are beautiful, as opposed to a lot of the negativity that's out there. The role of caffeine, and it's not just coffee, it's anything that has caffeine in it, which could be tea, I'm assuming chocolate as well?
Yes.
Okay. And then the role of medications as well. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, viewers, for joining us for Healthy Living. If you have any questions about this program or any other program, please feel free to give Parkview Adventist Medical Center a call at 373-2162. And thank you, Parkview, for hosting this program.